Okay, for my next trick, before I do the tarp with new ridgeline, I am a bit on the hungry side, so one Vargo titanium alcohol burner, and going to unfold, make sure that that's a good center. Stove leaves are wet, still want to get them away because it does put off a pretty good flame. I've been getting, they say 20-minute burn off of this. I think the best I've gotten is 18 minutes, and that's inside, non-cold conditions, no wind. I don't have really a good windshield here, windbreak for it, but the wind is kind of coming from behind me and the stove is in front of me, so probably be pretty good right here. And today we are going to make some lunch in the woods instead of in the house, in the home office, losing my mind, wishing I was outside. It's killing me because my buddy Jeff is coming. We're going to do 3 nights on the Appalachian Trail, and I'm ready to go. He's doing a whole bunch of Boy Scout stuff, so he's getting a lot of camping in. I'm getting no camping in. So we got 2 different bottles, depending on how long I'm going out. This is an 11-ounce MSR fuel bottle, nothing but denatured alcohol, and I have the quick twist spout on here. It is sealed right now. You turn it 180 degrees, and open she is. And then we fill the old stove up. Okay, not as advertised. More than 180. And depending on how open that spout is, the faster the flow. And you want to fill the titanium Vargo up until you got about dime to a nickel sized pool of alcohol in the center, and that is at full. You don't, if you're not going for a full burn, you don't have to fill it all the way up. The other thing that I like about this Triad, as opposed, and I do like the Triad XE as well, don't get me wrong, but with this one, if you fill it all the way up, you do your burn, you've heated the water, and it's still going. To save fuel, put a pot over the top of it, blow it out, let it cool off, and then you can actually pour the fuel back into the bottle using the leg. It acts as a little spout. So just about full, getting about a dime. One more, boom. We'll call that full. Closing up the bottle, putting the bottle over here, fuel away from the flame, and then what I cook with, my choice, is the Snow Peak titanium mug. I like it for a number of reasons. Number one, if you're just going by yourself, it's enough to make your coffee in. You can use it as a pot to cook your food in. And the other thing is, if you're just going out for one day, like I got crammed in here, one of my, what did I bring with me today? Let's see. Got the Mountain House Pro Pack. Delicious meals anytime, anywhere. Going with the chicken teriyaki with rice for lunch. But the other thing I like about this Snow Peak, one thing you gotta be careful on this stove setup is the handles will get hot. And generally I have gloves with me, and today I don't, so it could be interesting. But you can see it's reverse here, but it's got measurements marked right on the mug. Takes some of the guesswork out. So 2 cups, 1 cup. And once it's full, it's better balanced on the stove. So why don't we do that? Why don't we fill her up? Actually, before I fill her up, why don't I see how much I'm supposed to fill her up? I am supposed to use 1 3/4 cups of water, about 14 ounces. Got to do a little guesswork. It's not rocket surgery, so I want to be somewhere between 12 and 16 ounces. Call it bueno. I'm just realizing one other thing I like to pack are the little miniature Tabasco sauces. You find them in MREs all the time. Hard to find in stores, but when you do find them, if you like me and you like a little spice, generally carry 1 or 2 of those with me. Okay, so I'm ready for the burn. I have a different torch lighter that I like that I got at REI. It's called a Soto, S-O-T-O torch. Uses throwaway disposable scripto lighters, but for today I have my refillable torch, butane. The only drawback on butane, as everybody knows, if it's cold out, not very effective. However, warm it up in your hand, throw it in your armpit, and voila. The stove is now burning, and we will wait for a nice bloom. The cool thing about the stove is you don't have to wait for it to bloom. You can go ahead and start boiling right away. But when it does bloom, flames will be bouncing out around the outside of the mug, which again I recommend having a glove on. Thought about wrapping some paracord, but the problem is it'll melt. So while that's boiling, the other thing that I have for eating, my other tool, is my Snow Peak titanium spork. And you can see I've wrapped a little paracord around it, hang it up, got a little loop hole, hang it up after I wash it, let it dry. And just checking the old stove here. Yep, I can feel the warmth, it's definitely going. Of course I didn't start the timer on this, so I'll do another test burn back at the house outside. But generally I've been, again it's inside so it doesn't really count, about 6-7 minutes to get the bubbles, full boil, 8-10. And again, the package on the Triad says up to a 20-minute burn. Most I've gotten out of it is about 18 minutes and I forget, 43 seconds, something like that. So, instead of just sitting here rambling and boring you, I will pause until it's time to cook.